Is someone here? Actually, there's a lot of potholes and cobbles and God knows what, bits of metal and everything. It's not too different from the UK actually. Little update for you. I'm just coming up to the 120 kilometre mark, which is 10% of the ride. These are the views. I would say this is the Ardennes. It's wooded, very fertile landscape. Fighter jets practice and above, or maybe that's a civilian plane, but there was some fighter jets. Oh no, it is a fighter jet. And what else? Yeah, I've been going for it's half past, coming up at 10:30, started at 4:30, been going 6 hours, averaging nicely at 20 kilometers an hour, including stops. So I'm well pleased with that. I mean, if I could keep that pace up. There's another jet. Maybe they're after the audaxes. Yeah, I think they are. I think they're using us as pretend Russians. Yeah, so if I could keep that pace up, which is a very big if, then I've got this gear thing as well. We've abandoned that little ring. Okay, what's that? 6 hours times 10 would be 60 hours, and I've got 91 hours. So obviously in there I need to eat, I need to sleep, stretch, etc. So it's looking good at the moment. and I know it's a fair amount of hills still to come. Let's see. Yeah, so we've just done a kilometre of climbing. There are 10 kilometres of climbing altogether, so again that's 10%. So at the moment all's looking hunky-dory, but it's very early days and I wouldn't want to draw too many parallels at this stage. Interesting thing about Belgian drivers, many of them do not give you 1 metre passing. That shocked me immensely. Shocked me enormously, in fact. But there we go. I'll give you an update later on. Well, this is my sort of downhill, straight, gradual. You get the feeling you could be going down it for a long time. There's no hurry. Don't need to turn the pedals. Just let gravity do its business while you save energy. Still have all my baguette at this stage. Not sure when to break into it. I think that's a big decision every day. When do you break into your baguette? There's got to be some ground rules. day, eh? We've made it to France, and immediately we've made it to cobbleland. But they had a nice little little trough just before the cobbles, so you could really shake your bike really hard. Okay, so that's France, and we're at 136 kilometers. Still 50 kilometers to go to the control. And they've got lots of flags as well to let you know that you're crossing the border. First French village sign. Haybes D64. Very nice. Hoping the roads are going to be smoother. We'll just have to see. Here it goes. Straight up the main road here. Yeah. Could have probably used the agricultural road. Well, check out the views. We're in France now. That is the view. That's stunning. Just broken at the baguette and nearly choked to death on the experience. And while I've been talking, I've missed a turn. So, what do you think of the views? This is the Meuse. So I did go all the way up the hill and had to go back, but I hope it was worth it for the view. And now we have this gorgeous smooth track by the river, nice and wide, nice and smooth, no cobbles, no gravel, no lumps or bumps, just parfait. Haybes. We've been warned about this climb. It could be the one where I get off and walk. Impressive memorial. Well, I've just come up a pretty fiendish climb coming from Haybes, from the River Meuse. We were warned about it in advance, and it lived up to expectations. It was brutal. It was pretty steep coming out of the village, and I actually got off and walked that bit, and then it sort of started leveling off, and it just was just a few degrees, but it just went on and on and on and on, and actually even now I'm still going up it, although it's flattened out significantly. So if anyone's looking for a good climb, then I could strongly recommend this climb coming out of Haybes. So my average speed's gone down quite a bit now. It was over 20, it's now gone 19.5 or something, but I think I'm sort of hoping that this big climb will be reciprocated with a very long and enjoyable descent. Maybe I'm going to be mistaken, I'm going to be deluded to think that, but that's what I'm sort of living for at the moment. So fingers crossed for that. It's still a good 20 odd k to the first control, believe it or not. It's 186 kilometers altogether to the first control, which is a long time in any audax, even a long one. But yeah, I guess it's the way it is. I'm not complaining. It's been really enjoyable, this route so far, and it's just getting better naturally as we've moved into France. So yeah, hoping for a nice bit of descent to get that average speed back up, and then I'm looking forward to that first control, which is in a bar cafe sort of place. So I mean, I'll be about the last one there, so they've probably eaten all the crumbs by now. Might not even have any milk to put in the coffee. It could be just sort of a shrug of the shoulders, sort of, you know, maybe some water. Okay, sorry I asked. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Catch up later. Well, this is nice. Doesn't make up for the ascent. It helps, but it doesn't really. Instead of having a dance at the top, I smeared some more Savlon on my ass. Better than any dance, I can tell you. One thing this bike does really well is descent. Like a brick.
Meters after the sign was Vouziers,
Vouziers, yeah.
and there was a house was called Pas de Problème.
Oh really?
To the right, Pas de Problème.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Spotted a top. How handy is that? Okay, Charleville-Meziers. This is control number 1. A long way to get to this first control. So Charleville-Meziers was really stunning. I've got the feeling I've been there before. Maybe with the family, probably driving around, I don't know. Anyway, lovely place, nice sort of, you know, square with all the restaurants around the edges. And yeah, so most people went to the cafe where the control was and got something to drink or something. They didn't seem to have much food, so I just went to a beautiful patisserie around the corner and necked a quiche and one of these butter apple things with another one tucked in my back bag for good measure, and the coffee. And I also got a stamp. I got the card signed and stamped and dated, and I think I'm covered. Terrified that I make a mistake on this and I come back and they go, no, sorry. So still on the Meuse, still cycling along the Meuse. There are pêcheurs, there are pedestrians, there are pedalists, pedants. What else? Oh yes, there are people who are prepared for PBP. So yeah, all is good, and now I'm glad you've come along on the journey. I hope that you're not disappointed. I've got a tracker this time. I haven't bothered looking since this morning stop where I am relative to the others, but I did leave a group behind in the square sorting themselves out, so they'll be catching me fairly soon. Looks over shoulder, not quite there yet. It's going to take me three and a half hours to do this next leg. I suspect, thinking about it, they're going to be probably passing me in an hour. So anyway, that's the story. Still got the flying gate. Here's the frame number, and there's some stuff here. It's got a tracker. God, I hope I put the tracker back. I took the tracker out when I took out the Sudocreme. It'd be a shame if I left it in the grass, wouldn't it? Having a lovely arse but no tracker. That wouldn't go down well. Anyway, it doesn't bear thinking about, does it? So we're plodding on, and we're going to stage 2. Where we're going to? We're going to Charleville-Vouziers. If that means anything to anybody, then I'm really pleased for you, because it means absolutely nothing to me. But I'm sure it's a lovely place, and as long as they've got some cakes, it'll be even lovelier. So I'll give you an update at Charleville-Meziers. If not, before. It all depends what crops up, of course. Okay, catch you later. Now that's what I call a pile of dirt. Look at the size of that! Oh, there are so many piles of dirt. I might wet my trousers with those ones. Little tiny update. Just coming up to 200 kilometers. I don't know how that is. I know I went wrong a little bit, but I didn't think it would be that much. But anyway, 200 on my Garmin. It's 2:15. Set off at 4:30. So that means sort of 12:30 was 8 hours. 9. So nearly 10 hours to do a sixth. So if you can work that out, write it on a card or in the comments below, because there's no way I can. And we have a winner, Nikki from Rochester. She said, allowing for all variables, time of year, temperature and the state of my face and legs, she reckons it's going to take 60 hours. That's assuming that oh god, I can't remember what she said. Anyway, well done, you win a gift pack and a free trip on the next audax of my choosing, so well done. I'm very glad you won that, thank you. The drift that I'm getting is that this was the Abbott's Gaff. Not bad. Maybe it was this bit, I don't know if it was all of it. Probably was all of it. And well, there's a flag, of course. Very nice, isn't it? Good. I'm glad we've seen that, because now we can carry on. France. Just how pretty is this? There's loads of it everywhere you look. Sumptuous, exquisite, melt in the mouth moments of panoramic ecstasy. Yes, this is why I come here. Deep in the Ardennes, on a winding road, descending towards a river. You only saw the top of the case on me bag. Didn't want to spoil you too much with all the amazing landscape. Goodness sake, calm down. Okay, So Marge from Muggleswick writes in to complain that I haven't been given enough of an update on progress, and that's because I was waiting for a significant moment, and that moment has now arrived, and that is that I've done 240 kilometres, according to my Garmin that is, and the time it's 5:30, which means that I've been going for 13 hours and I've done a fifth of the distance. And what Marjorie now needs to do is to work out how many hours it'll take me altogether if I was to keep up this sterling pace. So we look forward to an update from Marjorie from Muggleswick a little bit later. Meanwhile, catch this view. So moving from Vouziers to St Dizier, stage 3. Before leaving, I just wanted to show you the graveyard here. These are from the Second World War. Well, as you can see, the harvest is in full swing, and a huge tractor full of straw go by, and then the combine harvester, and then all the grain. So I would say that's everything, isn't it? All gathered up. Oh, and Marge from Muggleswick, she replied and said, based on the time it took to do 240 kilometres, she estimated 55 hours, but she'd like a little bit more information about how long it's taken me to do 300 kilometres, because then it'll be a quarter of the way through the ride. So I've promised to update her then. That's about 40 kilometres from now. Happy to do that, Marge, and thank you for getting back. It's good that somebody's taking notice. No, why bother? St Thomas in Ardennes cemetery. So we have a huge Cistercian abbey here. Tiny little place, village in the middle of nowhere, and this Cistercian abbey. Quite incredible. It's fast. Huge building, presumably empty. There we have it. So coming back to the point, that was made earlier on by Marge and Muggleswick. I've almost exactly done 300 now, and I'm bang on time to complete that in 15 hours, which is quite exceptional, I must admit. I mean, I think I once did a 300 in 15 hours. This was actually slightly faster than that. Let's have a look. It's 297. So yeah, nearly 298, and it's 7 minutes left to 15 hours. So we can call it 15 hours, and then that means 60 hours for the 1200. That is assuming I keep going at the same pace and don't have any major rests like sleeps, which is obviously unrealistic. So I think we can say I'm probably going to need 10 hours, should we say, of rest minimum, maybe more. Tonight I'll probably just bivvy out. It's really balmy, it's lovely and warm. As you can see, the sky is clear, but I don't think it's going to be cold. I think it's going to be just lovely and warm. So I'll just find a nice grassy patch, and I'll put the bivvy out, and even that might be too warm, and just get a few hours skip. Got everything I need. I've got a flan to look forward to. I've got stuff for insect bites, and I've got half of a baguette, and I've also got some bars. So I've got plenty of food, plenty of drink, but first I'll get to St Dizier, which is at it's something like 70 kilometres. It's a very similar sort of setup to Gainsborough in respect to Goole, in that Gainsborough I think was 377, and officially I think St Dizier is 366, but it's going to work out a bit more. Well, so that's it. It's been a pretty full day, pretty full 300k. Scenes have been wonderful. I'm looking forward to going into the night section, so I'm going to pull over in a minute, put my fluorescent jacket on, my lights on. I'm going to take my sunglasses off as well, because that might make things look even brighter, and yeah, carry on into the night to St Dizier, where the next control is. Okay, keep you posted.